A warning from Governor Edwards as the state anticipates more rain in the days ahead. What you need to know in order to stay safe.
Plus, the latest as Governor Edwards confirms multiple people dead in relation to the storm so far this week.
And we're tracking more rain on radar this morning with thunderstorm chances continuing in your forecast. Details just ahead.
Police searching for a suspect wanted for attempted first-degree murder. Police say they believe this man is armed and dangerous.
From Fox 15, News 15 Today starts now.
Good morning. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Carter Simino.
Good morning. I'm Alex Worsell. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Well, let's start the morning off by checking on the forecast with Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier.
Yes, Adam, what are you tracking this morning?
Well, a lot of rain out there, Carter and Alex, and this is not the flooding type of rain, but it's that steady, just kind of yucky rain that we have around, and it's going to be sticking around for a little while longer. You can see that moisture plume continues to pull out of the Gulf of Mexico, headed northbound, basically in an area between Evangeline, Acadia, the parish line there that stretches down towards Vermilion, and I-49. This is where it just kind of set up shop, and it looks like we're just going to continue to see that rain pushing on in with more developing back to the west. Headed into Lafayette right now, rough times. Lots of rain out there, stretching from rain into Lafayette and carrying out towards Henderson, down towards Youngsville, New Iberia, Highway 90 corridor, seeing a lot of rain. The 167 corridor towards Abbeville, lots of rain around there too. And we go northbound where that heavier rain has entered into Eunice up towards Mamou, about to get into Ville Platte and to the west of Opelousas. So those showers and some rumbles of thunder continue through the morning time. Better chances of some thunderstorms the closer we get to lunchtime, but it may not be a whole lot out there today because of the rain we're getting right now. We'll kind of explain why and talk about future rain chances coming up.
Okay, sounds good, Adam. Thank you. We'll check back shortly. An update for you this morning. Louisiana reports another death after floodwaters ravage parts of the state.
In Lake Charles, law enforcement located a vehicle submerged in a ditch on Tuesday. A man was found dead inside. The cause of death was determined to be a result of flooding in the area.
The coroner's office says more information will be released once next of kin has been notified. During a press briefing in Baton Rouge yesterday, Governor John Bel Edwards reported at least 5 other confirmed weather-related deaths, 4 in Baton Rouge, the other in Port Allen. At this time, 1 person was reportedly injured and 1 person missing. Governor
Edwards reminds Louisiana residents that it doesn't take much to cause serious damage during a serious downpour or severe weather.
That should be a good reminder to everybody to please monitor the situation and then follow all of the guidance that you're giving, whether it's from local officials or from the warnings, the flash flood warnings and watches. While we hope that the worst of this rainfall is behind us, we can't be sure of that. And because the ground is already saturated and the rivers and creeks are high already, it doesn't take as much new rainfall to have a very serious impact.
The Lafayette Parish School System announcing this morning that the entire school district will be closed today. LPSS had originally planned to return today, but ultimately decided to cancel due to the potential for severe weather. LPSS district offices and facilities will be closed, but essential personnel will still report to work, but only when safe to do so.
Well, Jefferson Davis Parish schools will remain closed today as well. According to the system's website, more than 60% of the district's bus routes are impassable. Some graduation and academic activities will continue, although athletic practices are canceled. School employees that can safely get to work are expected to be at their assigned locations.
At this time, St. Landry Parish school officials plan to return back to in-person learning today. Students will resume their regular schedules pending an announcement of cancellation. Students who are unable to attend due to weather conditions will be excused, but should be notified of the student's absence.
Sandbag locations are still available across Acadiana. There are locations available for people in Lafayette Parish. Note, these locations are self-bagging. You'll also need to bring your own shovel. All locations are open until threats of heavy rain subside. The Youngsville and North District sites are able to assist the elderly or those with disabilities. In Karen Crow, the new Amazon fulfillment center suffered some damage from Monday's storms. Only a portion of the building had collapsed, but currently there are no reports of anyone being inside at the time of the collapse. With More rain expected this week. LCG wants people in Lafayette to be aware of resources available to the community. For example, to find out which roads are closed, go to lcg.maps.arcgis.com. They have an interactive map that can come in handy. Mayor President Josh Guillory points out that this is especially helpful for those who don't work a regular 9-to-5 job.
Our first responders, our healthcare warriors, nurses, doctors, sometimes they work late into the night. Sometimes they're in a building, they don't even know what the weather was like. They're just helping patients. So when they get out and they see this weather event that passed through, they may not know where a safe route is. So please check out the resources that are available to us, and also sandbag locations are being manned.
Well, many businesses are still cleaning up after Monday's deluge. The owner of Kirk's Uneeda Butcher is calling on Lafayette Consolidated Government to fix the drainage issue. Kirk's Uneeda Butcher owner tells News 15 that this is the third time that flooding has occurred at his store, and he's even worried about what's to come during hurricane season.
The only way we can get this together is to work as a community along with Consolidated Government and see what can we do to resolve this issue as fast as we can, so that hurricane season we don't have this problem. I'm going to get some more sandbags, some fresh sandbags for today.
News 15 did reach out to LCG, and they're encouraging businesses impacted by the floods to be patient as they continue their efforts to fix the drainage issues.
Lafayette police have caught the teen driver wanted after fleeing the scene of a crash that left one passenger dead and 3 others injured. The juvenile suspect had reportedly led police on a high-speed chase in a stolen SUV when the crash happened. Now, this was on May 10th. A 15-year-old from Abbeville died at the scene. The teen is booked into the Lafayette Juvenile Detention Center and faces numerous charges, including negligent homicide, illegal possession of stolen things, and reckless operation.
Are still looking for a shooting suspect who they consider armed and dangerous. Brian B.K. Williams of Ville Platte wanted on a charge of attempted first-degree murder from an incident that happened on April 29th outside of Brownie's ShopRite. Anyone with information on where he is, call Eunice Police 337-457-2626. A reminder, you can catch up on continued coverage of the latest news and weather around Acadiana and the state by visiting our website at kadn.com.
If you're still looking to get the COVID-19 vaccine, we'll tell you where you can get scheduled an appointment.
And we've told you about many hiring opportunities here in Acadiana. There's another one set for today for jobs and school-related assistance.
And we continue to track more rain across the area, and we're staying stormy in the forecast. Details just ahead.
And LA Bears in Franklin this morning. We'll get to see all the ways the city is revitalizing their community. Next. Can we do a tease?
Yeah, like we're not in the business of making your life easier.
Welcome back to News 15 today. 2020 was a tough year in so many ways. So in this new year, it's always great to report something positive like rebuilding.
Yes, we're checking in now with Al Abair. He is in Franklin this morning talking about some of the projects that they have going on. Good morning, Al. How's it going?
Hey, good morning, Alex. Good morning, Carter. Good morning, Adam. You know what? John Arnold and I are the hardest working guys in television. Take a look at this. Look at that. Oh my God, I spilled. So, Ed, tell us what we have here.
Right here you have a chantilly beignet, which is served, New Orleans style beignet served atop of chantilly cream with chantilly fruit and, of course, whipped topping. And, of course, they're going to be bringing out the turtle beignets and the New Orleans style beignets as well.
Now, Mayor, you've had these before, right?
I've had those beignets, and they are exceptionally good, light and fluffy, and very, very delicious.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning. Now,
Hey,
good. Oh my God, look at this.
And then our New Orleans style beignets there.
So we are at the Lamplighter Coffee House and Bistro.
Yes, sir, we are. And we like to light up people's day, and what better way to do it than with beignets?
Hey, my day is lit up. Now, the funny thing about this, Ed Verdon, who has the key to your place. You know he has a key here, right?
I know. He has the key to everything. How you like that? He has the key to my heart, so.
Oh, well, there you go. And your front door.
Yeah.
So Ed actually made this, right?
Ed, it was the one that came up with the recipe for the chantilly beignets and the turtle beignets. Yes, he did.
Now, tell us the address so people know where to come to find you.
731 Main Street here in Franklin, Louisiana, the Lamplit Boulevard of St. Mary Parish.
I love it here. Now, this is one of the warmest atmospheres I've found. There's sofas over there. John, I don't know if you can see all this behind, but you've created a wonderful space here.
Well, that's what we wanted to do, Al. We wanted to, you remember the story Cheers? I want to live in a town where everybody knows your name. Well, we love living in a town where everybody knows our name, and we wanted it to feel welcome and embracing and comforting, and I think it does.
Hey, we do something, 30 seconds left. We do something called a Friday feed. Can I come over here one day and cook with you and Ed, then the mayor and I can eat the food?
Absolutely. If you don't mind looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy with us with all the powdered sugar, come on.
I love it. Hey, I'm looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Back to you guys in the studio. More News 15 today here at the Lamplighter
Coffee House and Bistro.
Coffee House and Bistro.
You need to give your belly a little poke there if it's going to be the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I will say, beignets and chantilly anything, I love them both, so I can only imagine how good those must be.
Unfortunately, he spilled some on the table. Well, would you pay a monthly fee for special Twitter features? The social media giant thinks you would. Details to come in Consumer News.
More storms expected today. Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier tracking rain chances next. You'll want to stay with us. It's 8:13 on your Wednesday morning.
Always tracking, always alerting. Here's your Storm Track 15 weather.
Welcome back. It is 8:15, a rainy start to the morning around parts of Acadiana with more rain expected later today.
Yeah, let's get the latest from Storm Track 15 meteorologist Adam Olivier. Adam, what can you tell folks this morning?
Well, we're tracking a lot of rain out there, light to moderate rain at times, streaking through Acadiana. It's kind of faded down closer to the coast, but there's still some pretty heavy rain offshore that we're probably going to watch work its way northward here. Sporadic showers back out into Cameron Parish. Those are going to continue to work north up towards Calcasieu and Jeff Davis, so we'll keep an eye on that. But again, this is not the flooding rain. This is not severe storms. We're not tracking any tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings. This is just that light to moderate rain at times, that nuisance rain as I call it. We are looking at some light to moderate rain right along the I-10 corridor stretching through Crawley, and this is likely to continue as you can see back down to the south. Now it does get lighter the farther south you go towards Abbeville and Banker, Intracoastal City, but there is some more heavier rain developing as mentioned in southern Vermilion Parish. That's all going to work its way northward as well. New Iberia stretching down towards Franklin, some light showers there, but not as heavy as what we see north of I-10 in Ville Platte, and Eunice stretching over to Opelousas, kind of centered on Mamu right now. We'll be watching that as well. And then back to the west, there are those light showers that we're going to be tracking here going forward. So you can see the wet roadways, I-10 at Ambassador. Not the prettiest start out there, but it could be a whole lot worse. You know, we're tracking temperatures in the 60s right now, rain-cooled air, and it's likely to stay that way for much of the day. Now, our futurecast shows that as we go forward in time, it is expecting that some storms begin to form up along what remains of those storms from earlier this morning. Some heavy rain possible out here, and this is where we could see some flooding. Here's the other thing, where according to this model that sets up right over the same areas that just got a foot of rain the other day near Baton Rouge. So not a good situation. Could this be on top of us? It's possible, but I think with the rain-cooled air, we don't see a whole lot. We go to around 8 p.m. Still seeing some of that shower and thunderstorm activity around, but then this is what's more concerning overnight. This is now at 2 a.m. You see that here? And we got some big storms rolling their way on through some very heavy rain in a line stretching from south to north. And they're moving from south to north, called training. That's where we run into problems with flooding. And that carries into tomorrow morning and through the evening hours through your Thursday, at least partially. Now, it does kind of lighten up there, but once we get that break in the rain, that allows some sunlight to get going, and then later on to the nighttime hours on your Thursday and into Friday morning, well, we could have yet even another round of those showers and storms. High temperatures today around the area, generally in the upper 70s, but where we get some of those storms kind of over the same areas, looking at highs in the mid-70s. Overnight, near 70 degrees for those lows with those heavy storms possible. And then tomorrow, stormy times continue with that flood threat also continuing in the forecast, which I will say will last through Friday. And the reason I say that is we expect more of those heavy storms on Friday. It may not be quite as widespread, but with all the rain that has fallen, it's not going to take a whole lot to get that flood threat really ramping up there. Then we get into the weekend and into next week. We do see sunlight and dry out, but those temperatures, they really start heating up to near 90 degrees. Oh boy, summer
humid,
right around the corner.
I see. Humid.
And humid, yes.
Oh boy, okay.
Okay, well thank you, Adam. We'll check back throughout the hour.
Well, police are looking for a man wanted for stealing a Confederate memorial in Alabama. That full story next.
Join us tomorrow morning on News 15 Today. We'll continue to track the developing rain events throughout Acadiana.
We'll give you the most up-to-date information from road and school closures to any potential flooding. The latest tomorrow morning from 5 to 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get through my, damn it. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're good.
Join us tomorrow morning on News 15 Today. We'll continue to track the developing rain events throughout Acadiana.
We'll give you the most up-to-date information from road and school closures to any potential flooding. We'll have all those latest details.
And those rain chances are continuing in your forecast. We'll talk about how long they stick around and when we could finally see some drier weather returning to the region.
If power outages occur, we'll be on the line with power companies to get you a timeline.
From 5 to 9 tomorrow. Welcome back to News 15 Today. Taking a look at some news from around the state. A Louisiana woman serving one of the longest sentences in a state prison is now free.
After being jailed for nearly 4 decades, 75-year-old Betty Jean Brodin walked away from the Baton Rouge Women's Prison. Brodin served time for killing a man she said tried to rape her in her own apartment.
Louisiana prosecutors and a judge agreed with her case appeal, saying she should have never been convicted of the crime.
Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams said the case against Brodin was tainted from the start because authorities discounted her sexual assault claim.
The NTSB has released a preliminary report concerning the Seacor Power lift boat. According to the report, the boat was starting to lower its legs, attempting to face heavy winds when the boat flipped. A full investigation could take up to 2 years. The 175-foot lift boat carried 19 workers when it overturned in the Gulf of Mexico. 6 people were rescued and 6 bodies were later recovered. There are still 7 workers missing and are presumed dead. Several of the victims' families are filing lawsuits against the owner of the boat, the Seacor Marine.
An arrest warrant has been issued for a Louisiana man after a Confederate monument was stolen from a cemetery in Alabama. Selma, Alabama police charged Jason Warnick with theft in connection to the incident. Warnick is already facing other charges after the monument ended up in his New Orleans tattoo shop. The monument had gone missing on March 20th. Warnick is denying any involvement with the theft.
A staggering number of Americans are getting divorced since the pandemic. We're looking at how a gray divorce can have a lasting financial impact on both parties involved.
A man has been arrested. For which one? Did they get him? Oh, I guess I didn't. I thought that was on. Oh. I didn't find anything necessarily wrong. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that they have him like in custody, so I think you're fine. Right. Yeah, no, that was fine. I didn't look at it and think, wait a second. No. No. No, because I think it's like a curse. Like well, this is going off of the Real Housewives. I actually don't know anyone that's gotten their vows renewed. But yeah, everybody on the Real Housewives that does it gets divorced.
Welcome back. Recent research shows more than 1 in 4 people getting divorced in the U.S. are over 50.
It turns out the financial implications can be severe. Senior personal finance correspondent Sharon Epperson has more.
Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates and his wife Melinda are not going to have to worry about money after their split. But for many people over 50, going through what's known as a gray divorce can have a significant impact on their finances.
The financial complexities increase because typically there's more assets and often there's not many more years that they're working. So we have to be that much more conscious and savvy about splitting assets.
To do that, experts say, review current and future living expenses. Figure out what to do with the family home. Make it a financial decision, not an emotional one. And understand how state law will impact the way retirement accounts and other assets may be divided. Also, don't forget about Social Security.
If you get divorced, if you've been married for more than 10 years, you may still be entitled to take Social Security benefits on your former spouse's earnings record if that would yield a greater benefit.
Updating your estate plan is very important too. If you don't want to leave critical decisions and your assets to your ex-spouse, make sure you change your durable power of attorney, healthcare proxy, and beneficiaries on your life insurance, retirement, and other financial accounts to the person or the people you do want.
Looking at radar, still tracking those showers rolling through the region. We'll find out how long they last and when we could see some drier weather returning coming up.